Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Reincarnated as a Slime, episode 21. Sorry about that. Yeah, we only have, so many episodes left. I think there's 24 episodes total. We're on 21, so, we have 21, 22, 23, and 24, and then I think we have two OVAs, I think. So yeah, we're very much getting there, and I also started a poll. It might be a little early to start the poll. Maybe I should have waited a couple weeks because of the OVAs, but just in case I don't watch them for whatever reason, I wanted to have that poll up and ready. So I will try to remember to put the poll in the description below, but also there's a video on my channel where I talk about the poll for this one. So you guys can check that out as well if you're interested in that. But yeah, guys, so last episode we had Rim going... We had a lot happen, actually. We had Rim going all the way to the city. We met Yuki, I think it was, who is the Grandmaster there, is also another, person like Rim who is from Japan, or, yeah, I guess Japan. They got to talk about manga and anime and games and all that, which was it was a lot of fun. And then we got into like the heavy discussion of the kids who are dying because they have taken in like too much magic when they were summoned here, and their bodies were too small because they were summoned at too young of an age. They only had like 5 years to live, and we don't know how long has passed since then. So, I mean, I'd assume it's at least been a few years, so, and Rim is teaching them at the moment. He's staying in the kingdom for now, and he is gonna try to save them, so the show likes to move right along, so we're probably gonna see how Rim tries to save them here this episode, and I wonder if he'll succeed. My theory was that he will just consume, like, the extra magic within them, almost like he consumed the, what's it called? The Ifrit, or however you say it, that was within Shizu. So, yeah, guys, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens this episode, so I say we just dive right on in. Alrighty, guys, so like usual, there is going to be a link down in the description to Vimeo. It'll bring you right to the reaction. From there, you guys can watch that and then head back to the YouTube video for the discussion portion immediately after this. So go ahead and click that link right now, guys. Alrighty, guys, so that is the end of episode 21 of Reincarnated as a Slime. Great episode. I very much enjoyed it. It was, a lot of fun. They slowed it down a little more than I thought they would have, because, the last episode we had, Rim deciding to leave the village, going all the way there, meeting the kids, becoming the teacher, meeting the Grandmaster, all that. We saw so much. I assumed they were going to keep up that pace. So I thought we were gonna, my prediction was that we were gonna get the kids, like, saved this episode, and maybe they'd all return to his village this episode. But that's perfectly fine. It's fine if they take a little longer to do it. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a little different than my prediction. But yeah, so we had Rim kind of testing the waters with these kids. The obvious answer is what Rim decided to try first, which was to get them to expend magicules to see if that helps at all, which, I figured Rim wouldn't even bother that, because that's something, I feel like, the obvious kind of thing that the people that summoned these kids would try. But, I guess it probably didn't take too much time to test it, and now Rim knows for sure that just expending the magic isn't enough, and Rim can't just eat the magic like I had theorized, because it's too ingrained into their body for them to be able to manage it. or for Rim to be able to eat it without just killing them. So Rim decided to try to find another way, and decided to try to put spirits in them, which I'm assuming the Ifrit was a bad spirit, but maybe there's good spirits that would be like, I don't know how sentient these spirits are. I don't know if you could communicate with them, and maybe they could find some good ones to inhabit. Because Shizu, she got hers from, the Demon Lord Leon, so that's like, he had bad intentions, so he put a bad Ifrit in her, a bad spirit, so there might be some good ones, and they might, be able to help out and be willing to. Maybe it can be like a win-win situation, like a symbiotic relationship where they, help each other in a way. So basically, they just did some more, combat training, and then we had the whole dragon showing up, which was cool. And Rim ended up going after the dragon, of course, like Rim does, because Rim just likes to help people, doesn't want to see people get hurt, and, he has the ability to help, so why not? And goes after this dragon that, honestly, the dragon looked chaotic and really cool, and the lightning attack it did looked very cool animation-wise, but the effect it had just proved how weak comparatively to Rim it really was, because all it really did was broke some of the stone a little bit and took out, like, a couple guards, it looked like. Like, I expected, a dragon to be able to, like, either incinerate a lot with, like, a fire breath, or do, like, some kind of, like, big explosion that just leaves, like, a crater, Something like that if it was very strong. That's the kind of stuff I'd picture. But the results of its attack didn't seem that spooky, and Rim just, devoured it. I don't know if that, like, incinerated it and killed it, or if it just, like, is within Rim now. Just another, Veldor is just snacking on it and being like, oh, this is just a lesser dragon. I don't know. But I also wonder if Rim learned any new abilities, because I used to like when we got to see Rim, like, learn some new abilities because of that, but I guess it's also kind of nice not to have those prompts coming up nonstop of, you learn this skill, you learn that skill, But every now and then I feel like it would be nice to still get that kind of thing in special cases like this where he devours a dragon like this, get, like, you've acquired Lightning Storm or whatever they wanted to name that skill that the dragon was using. But I'm sure we'll see Rim, maybe use something like that in the future, possibly, and we'll know where it came from, and it kind of rewards the audience for paying attention when we get to see Rim use these abilities that, we can try to analyze where along the way in the story has he gotten them, But regardless of that, that whole thing was pretty cool. Like I said, the dragon looked really awesome. It was like, a nice unique take on a dragon. It looked very, like, thin, but, like, I don't know, it was just crazy. Like, chaotic is, like, the best word I can use to describe this design. It was awesome. I also thought it was adorable when Ren said, like, hold on to the mask for me, tossed it to the kids, and they fought over it. That was really adorable. But yeah, so we talked to Trainee. Apparently, she's not friends with the current Queen of the Spirits, but they ended up running into someone this episode who, their homeland is right next to it or whatnot, and she knew where it was. So now they are headed there, so I'm sure next episode is when we're going to get to see the whole spirit thing. If this solution works, then we'll probably see them getting, the spirits and, being saved and whatnot, which is pretty cool. And the town acquired, what was his name? It was like, I keep wanting to say Mjolnir, but no, it was like Mjolmeyer or something. Um, Something like that. He's a merchant, but he's also a loan shark in the shadows, which I'm surprised that Rim wanted someone like him. He seemed a little sketchy, but Rim, I guess, acknowledged his skills as a merchant and decided, you know, you can come to our village, we need to learn all this stuff, so you can teach us. And, I don't know if he will just continue on his travels afterwards, or if he's just gonna, if he's gonna stay there the whole time. Maybe he'll find like happiness and wealth there, and he won't do. I guess there's a bad connotation with loan sharks. He could be a good loan shark. I just got like a bad vibe from him based off the loan shark thing, and the way he talked just seemed a little off. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I doubt they would have with the amount of episodes left. I don't think they're gonna give us like an antagonist like him. But anyways, I just want to talk about him a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I feel like there's more I want to talk about this episode, but I'm not sure what else really happened. Um it was a great episode and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it all the way through. I guess we could talk about the beginning fights. I mean, I mentioned the whole purpose of it, but I didn't talk about the fights themselves. It was cool seeing each of their different magic styles. One of my favorite ones is probably the last girl. No, it's not Chloe. It's the other one. Oh crap. Yeah, I don't. I unfortunately don't remember her name, but she was the one that controlled the teddy bears and stuff. I'm always a fan of summoners in a lot of games, and the whole like Golem Master thing reminded me of I play a lot of a game called Path of Exile, and there's actually a Golemancer build you can do, which is just kind of like the name of like the coined term, but it's basically just like a build that summons these golems that you can get a bunch of them and they fight for you, and that's one of the builds I really enjoy to play, and just seeing that reminded me of it, and I was like, hey, I like similar things to that, so that's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, guys, jeez. I guess I can skim through the episode real fast since I just feel bad. Like, this discussion feels very short. I usually like to give you guys a little bit more than this. Huh. We had them in the classroom, which was pretty cool. I guess I could talk about this a little bit. The stuff that Rim tried to do in the classroom. Now we know that Rim's test was the combat stuff, but at the same time, it's almost like he's trying to give these kids purpose. Now they seem happy enough, so maybe it's not really necessary. But there is like something to say for people that are inflicted with these kind of illnesses. Sometimes they just veg away and wait till they die, and they don't feel like they should do anything because they're just gonna die anyway. But you should enjoy what time you have left, which it seems like these kids really did anyway. But having more of a strict hand, I feel like could almost do some real good for the kids. And I don't think that was really Rim's intention, but maybe in the back of my mind it was. But I think these kids having a figure like Shizu was to them to look up to and help them and be with them and everything, would really help them, because they're still young, and they're dying. I'm sure it still hurts them inside. So having a parental figure around is definitely going to be something really good for them. But yada 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 yada. Trying to skip through the episode. Yeah, the talk with Trainee, which We've already discussed a bit about the spirits. They ended up fighting again, which they did off camera. And then Rem let him have the manga anyway. That's actually kind of one thing that I could mention real fast is I forgot his name already too. Gale, I think it might have been. The taller kid. He mentioned not knowing a lot about manga and anime culture, and it gave him like a comic book kind of background. So I wonder if he was like, American or, non-Japanese that was taken, which is very interesting and kind of cool because at some point during this episode, I thought to myself, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, I wonder if all these kids were summoned from Japan. I don't think I said anything like that out loud. And then I think I might have said something like, well, yeah. Or no, I think it was during the beginning part, before I started the episode, I mentioned something along the lines of Yuki obviously being from Japan because of his obsession with, like, anime and manga and stuff. You can assume that he was from Japan. I'm pretty sure he said it, too. But I think for a split second, while I was talking about that, I thought to myself, I wonder if anybody else, any of these other worlders or summons or anything are from different parts of the world. Or if there's something about Japan that all of them come from there, But, so that's interesting. That's kind of cool that it was brought up this episode, and I remember thinking it at the beginning. I kind of wish I said something now, but oh well. But yeah, I figured I'd mention that real fast. But yeah, the dragon shows up. Rim kind of annihilates it a bit, and then goes to dinner. Yeah, guys, I think that pretty much sums it up. Apologies for not being able to come up with a very long discussion this episode, but hopefully we will have more to discuss in the future, though. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you want to support the channel, you can hit that subscribe button. You can also check out the description for links to my Patreon, where you can get access to full length, where you'd follow a timer in the corner. I think it'd be in that corner, and you'd be able to watch the entire episode with me, as well as, supporting the channel and all that. There's also early access on there, so you could see episode 22. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see episode 22 right now. If you came from Patreon, then obviously, you're already watching the early access one. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And don't forget to check out that poll. Alright, guys, bye-bye.